Finding hope after tragedy. Wife's stroke left dad with newborn triplets a year ago. Charlie Whitmer's red-headed, blue-eyed triplets giggle and crawl as they explore their West Town home. One stands up. There's no shortage of people to help Charlie. You a stay-at-home dad, you with the awesome and inherently chaotic responsibility of caring for 3 babies. His house is often. Charlie's wife, Catherine, died June 8, 2018, at age 31 from complications of a hemorrhagic stroke that she suffered a week before the triplets' birth June 4, 2018. Charlie he has since left his job as an options trader to focus solely on his kids. It's not the life. Through devastation, Charlie, 33, said he's trying to find good. This spring he joined a spiritual man who is used to working with numbers. Charlie said he doesn't believe in bad luck, and that there must be a reason for his family's profound loss. You have to find hope, he said. To do so he's transformed his life, channeling the giving, loving and outgoing spirit of his late wife as a way to honor her memory and be a good father. Northwestern physicians and nurses say they think of Catherine often. Some attended her. He'll never forget Catherine, and I often think about Catherine's family, said Dr. Minji Kim, a neurologist who treated Catherine and wrote about grief and why she attended her funeral in an essay published in April in JAMA. People talk about photos of a smiling Catherine sit in frames around the Whitmer living room, and close-up shots of the triplets hang on the wall. The boys who Charlie scoops up Arden when she fusses, instantly calming her. Later, if I look back a year ago, my life is so different, he said. Charlie's job as a partner at a trading firm required long days, but he loved it. Catherine was an op. The two eventually became engaged and planned their August 2016 wedding. A few weeks before, when Charlie was 15, had the same symptoms and was diagnosed with aplastic anemia, a condition that develops when the body stops producing enough new blood cells. A bone marrow The couple married but cancelled their honeymoon to Greece so Charlie could begin treatment right away, he said. They also decided. They learned Catherine was pregnant the day after Christmas 2017, Charlie said. She called and she said, "It's 3." Even though the couple had decided to implant 2 embryos, one egg had split into twins, making 3 babies. My entire family is in the ICU. The pregnancy started off well, Charlie said. But on Memorial Day, I was in the waiting room, and someone came out and said, "Your wife has a big bleed in her brain," Charlie said. At that time, and I had been sick twice, and I had beat it, so we're going to get through this, he added. At first it seemed they would. Catherine woke up. Bobby and JP were 3 pounds each, Charlie said, and Arden was 2 pounds, 6 ounces. They needed CPR. He sat with his brother and cried. Then I decided. That night, Catherine awoke from anesthesia. But 2 days before Catherine was declared brain dead, Charlie got word that his babies were well enough to travel across the hospital to see their mother. First the boys tears poured down Catherine's face. The fragility of life. I can't explain that medically, said Dr. Kim, Catherine's neurologist who was in the room. But being unconscious, Catherine was a special patient, Kim said. One should think about when she went home after work, and still does. When they met, Catherine's passing was really tragic for a lot of us, she said. I cannot compare it, Kim said. She wrestles with the mystery surrounding Catherine's stroke. It could have been I think, first and foremost, I felt like me being there represents the failure of us as a medical team. Despite all the things, Kim decided to attend after talking with her sister, a physician at another hospital, she said. I wanted to say, at the funeral, Kim said, she saw photos of Catherine in happier times. It is hard to imagine. Dr. Alan Peaceman, chief of maternal fetal medicine, was also there. The only time he's attended a funeral for a patient. I just felt like Peaceman said Catherine represents a greater lesson. We can never take maternal health for granted. About 700 women die each year from pregnancy-related complications in the U.S., most of them preventable, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. An African American, we've become shocked that this can happen, but it still does, Peaceman said. Charlie said he told Catherine's doctors in the weeks following her death that he didn't blame them. They are making the bet. Through organ donation, Catherine saved 6 lives, Charlie said. A silver lining that fits with his wife's character. And she got to give. For the triplets' first birthday and the 1-year anniversary of Catherine's death, Charlie said he and the babies spent time together as a family, with friends. He planned to do this one day. He'll likely return to working, but for now, Charlie said he works on fatherhood. Despite traveling before Catherine died, Charlie was an introvert. He said he knew how. Charlie said that in the past year he's let more people in his life, saying yes to those who want to help him. His family, like NICU nurse Kelly Snyder, whom Charlie nominated for a Nurses Award. In the nominating letter, I always feel like after such a tragedy, people just go away, Snyder said. He'll probably talk. Charlie said that when he saw the scores of people mourning Catherine at her funeral, and read cards from people telling him how much Catherine meant to them, he realized what his wife was doing. When she was alive, she was investing in her friends and investing in her family. She had figured out the important things in life, he said. There's still more for. Copyright 2019 Chicago Tribune. Visit the Chicago Tribune at www.chicagotribune.com. Distributed by Tribune Content Agency, LLC.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.